Can you find a real estate platform that aligns everyone in the entire company financially by making us real estate agents owners, so when the average agent wins, everyone wins? That's the secret to success. And when you surround yourself with like-minded entrepreneurial people who absolutely love what they do, they love serving people, they love God and life, and you put yourself in an environment of high energy, high producing, positive people every day, you can't help but succeed in business and life. We are changing the real estate industry and changing real estate agents' lives. Welcome to the Financial Freedom Forever Podcast.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Financial Freedom Forever Podcast. I'm super excited to be introducing Michele Hayward today, one of my newest business partners. These are big announcements that she's moved over to EXP here recently from her own independent company here in Atlanta.
Yes.
Welcome, Michele.
Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? Glad to be a part of the team.
Yeah, thanks for jumping on here with me, Michele, today with me, so we can just kind of interview you. Let's hear your story. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your past, your real estate career, and let's just dive right in. And anyone who's listening, if you have any questions for Michele, just type them in the chat, and we'll be glad to ask her. And make sure you give us some hearts and share this and give her some love. So tell us about yourself, Michele.
All right. So my name is Michele Hayward. I am a broker, and I'm a member of the Atlanta Realtors Association. I've been licensed now since 2008. I actually decided to get my real estate license as the real estate market wasn't doing so well. And that just happened to be because I wanted to switch. I started my career in the apartment industry, managing apartments. And I wanted to try my hand with managing single family homes. And I found out I had to be a licensed real estate agent. So that's what made me get my real estate license. And I discovered that the sales commission is much better than the leasing commission. So, it's nice to have multiple streams of income in this one field. So I love it. I love being in contact with people. But anyhow, in 2014, I got my broker's license. I've worked with two boutique brokerages, Your Choice Real Estate, Legacy Realty and Management. And I've also worked with Maximum One Real Estate prior to me opening my own brokerage.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. And opening up your own brokerage, and a lot of us have done the same thing, right? We're thinking, hey, if we can open up our own company, we're the boss, we get to make all the decisions, we get to keep all the money.
Yes.
We don't normally think about all the liability and all the bills and all that kind of stuff. But tell us just a little bit about, why you opened up your own brokerage. How did you build a team? Were you a single agent? Did you grow a team? And let's dive into that a little bit.
Okay. Well, initially, I had no interest in opening my own brokerage. But my husband, with his wonderful self, came to me and said, you know what? I've got the money here. Let's just go ahead and start your own. You won't have to deal with, this and that, because he was the one I was venting to about different frustrations. So, I after careful consideration, I said, okay, let me just go ahead and do it. So I opened it up, and at the end of 2014, and I initially had 7 agents under me, and I quickly learned, it is a pretty heavy responsibility. And then to have to stay on top of and monitor and make sure they're doing things in compliance, because I'm responsible for their actions. So it was a pretty heavy responsibility. And I would provide trainings and things like that. Excuse me. And it was a lot. It was a lot. So, basically, I decided after the 7 agents I had, they weren't really closing like I needed them to. So I just basically, after about a year or so, just decided to just keep it with me, just
Let
me.
them go and be your own broker
Yes.
and only responsible for
So
yourself. Yeah.
yes, exactly.
It's
So
tough. I mean, if you're
it is.
small or in the middle, it's tough. I mean, when you get huge, then you can hire people to do things.
Right.
But when you're in
Exactly.
under 10 or even under 20 agents, it's definitely a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
so so then you were a single agent broker owner for a while.
Yes.
Now, how long ago did you first hear about EXP, and what were the top one or two things that got you really excited that ended up moving over? And we really want to unpack that, because being your own independent broker owner that gets all the income,
Yes.
why would you really look? What were the things that made you really look at EXP when you did the math to see that it made sense for you?
Okay. So the first time I heard about EXP, it was probably probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Wow.
This gentleman had invited us, and I think I want to say I had been in business probably maybe 2 years or so, and it was very attractive to me then at that point, but at that point you all weren't allowing property management in Georgia, so that's why it didn't work out with that particular um, gentleman. And I thanked him for his time. I told him, that is very attractive. If I ever decide not to do property management anymore, I'll definitely look back into
Right.
EXP. Well, we lost touch, time
Sure.
passed by, and I was just approached again, 2 years ago, with it. And again, the timing just wasn't right. Um, so fast forward now, you had given me a call and we set up a meeting, and I'm watching the video and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is the third time. 3 times is a charm. So,
Yeah.
you know,
And now Georgia, even though EXP is not really dealing with property management in
right.
Georgia, they allow you to still have your independent property
Exactly.
management company as long as it's totally separate
Yes.
from the sales, right? So
Yes,
that's pretty
that
cool.
is correct. And so that was really attractive to me. And I said, okay, well, I might as well just go ahead, because the benefits and the training and the technology and all that stuff is provided, as well as I'm not on the island by myself. I have a strong upline who's been very supportive on many, many, many levels, with helping me, even to get 2 other agents already we have in the pipeline. And I'm looking to expand my team under the EXP brand. So I'm really excited about it. The benefits definitely far outweigh just the one benefit of getting to keep all the money, as an independent brokerage.
And
I'm
with the
thinking long term into retirement, as well. So the technology, the training, and the retirement aspect of it, owning shares of stock, having that residual income, it outweighs the benefit of just being able to keep 100% of my commission as an independent broker owner,
well, an
and
agent like
bearing the
yourself,
responsibility.
yeah, and a top producing real estate agent like yourself, of course, once you'll cap and a half a dozen homes or so, and then sell another 20, sell buy or 20 or at least 20 other properties over
Yes.
that, you're going to hit what they call the Icon Agent Award, right? And you get your entire $16,000 back that you paid in your cap all back
And that
in
is the
EXPI
goal.
stock. So really, for
Yes.
top producers, EXP is almost paying you to be here because of getting the stock, right?
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
so you're
Yes.
really over 100%. You can be.
Exactly. So, Yeah, it's definitely a beneficial. I saw the benefit of the program right away. Um, and the product sells itself. I've been speaking to people that I know, and like I said, I've got two already in the pipeline, and
Yeah.
looking forward to bringing more. I really want to go after teams.
No, well, you're looking for, well, like all of us, I think you're entrepreneurial minded. You see the value of, passive residual income, and because we're in 19 countries in all 50 states and in Canada,
Yes,
we can really build globally. But you're looking to grow your personal team here in Georgia, in the Metro Atlanta area. Is that correct? So if there's anyone listening, and they're looking to have somebody with your experience and be on a team, an actual team, are you going to be building a team yourself here in
a-
Metro Atlanta as well?
absolutely. I am
Okay.
looking to build a team. I have a great deal of leads coming in, seller leads, that I want to share as well with people. So there are, yes, I am looking right now in Georgia specifically. So I have a lot of leads for the Metro Atlanta area,
Right.
and I'm looking to share those with agents to on that are willing to join my team. So we all get paid, we all eat
That's right.
in this group. So
That's awesome. Let me ask you, what was the most difficult part of being a broker owner? What was the most difficult part, and how did moving over to EXP and partnering with us change that or help with that,
sure.
solve that?
The biggest part is just maintaining, keeping up with the technology for me, and also just being able to monitor what other agents are doing, because again, that was my responsibility. If they weren't doing, say, the advertising, I had an agent, he didn't want to use our branding, he was just using himself, and I said, no, you have to use the broker's branding as well. And that's what any company you decide to go with. It's not just, my own requirement. Like, this is a Georgia State requirement, things like that. Not having to worry so much about it falling back on me as a broker. So the liability aspect is basically lightened there. But also the support, the training, the automation, things that as a smaller brokerage you just don't have the funds necessarily to um, pay into that stuff like you need to for it to work. So
Yeah,
absolutely,
just with the KV Core lead generation system that we get, and the
that thing is
SkySlope.
a beast.
Yeah, the SkySlope uh, paperless transaction system for all
Yes,
your deals, and just those two things alone are almost $1,000 a month, right? And we get that
yes,
included.
exactly.
So that's a game
Exactly.
changer. What's the price? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say also the insurances cost as well, because
Mm.
when you have multiple agents, your E&O costs are gonna be higher as well. So
Yeah. Have you done the math? Did you actually do the math with save the amount of money that you saved on E&O, and being able to have access to lead generation systems and all the coaching and training and everything that EXP offers? Did you
it's basically like tens of thousands of dollars. It really
you save?
is. Yes, and so yeah, I'm excited. The numbers make sense, the math makes sense, the business model makes sense. So it's just I'm looking forward to this win-win situation.
I'm super excited to have you part of our family. That's for sure. Well, let me ask you, what surprised you most about EXP? What were you not expecting when you joined? And you've only been with us there for what? Maybe
For a
about
couple of weeks.
a couple of weeks. How's your few couple of weeks been? And what were you surprised with so far?
What I like, okay, this is kind of like a network marketing combined with the real estate business, right? So I've done other companies that are in different industries with this network upline model. And what happened in those other companies was like, okay, they bring you in, and then you kind of just get lost in the shuffle. Don't really hear from your upline too much. And so with this company, I know that was one of the things I had expressed to you, Andre, as a concern. Like that was really my only concern, because I know with all that this company offers, it's for a new person coming in, you're going to need your upline support to kind of navigate you through some of these things. And you told me, you even gave me references, and so I actually checked them out. The references were, they all spoke very highly of you. And so you didn't disappoint. Like when you're very accessible, to be as busy as you are, you are very accessible. You make time. If I don't catch you, you contact me right back. I mean, that was super impressive to me. Even having the ability to have access to the calendars of even your upline, and being able to schedule or see, what the availability is if I needed to schedule. So that part really impressed me quite a bit. Also, how fast, like I had my first closing with EXP last week.
Yeah, very good.
And I was very impressed at how fast they reviewed the documents. To be a company of this size, the documents got reviewed rather quickly. I got a quick approval. Then we had to do a last minute change for the disbursement authorization. So I was worried, like, oh my goodness, I hope this doesn't take forever to do. But right away, like I got in contact. It just so happened, and this is seems to be the culture. Like this is a helpful culture, because there was another EXP agent sitting in the attorney's office waiting for his closing. And he just happened to overhear me about the disbursement authorization. And he just jumped right in and told me, like, oh, you can call. Let me give you the phone number to so-and-so. You can call. And I said, oh, okay. And right away, they got it fixed, got it sent right back over to the attorney instantly. And, I was really, really impressed by that. So the system is smooth. It runs pretty smoothly. I'm sure, everything is, nothing's 100% perfect, but this was like right. Everything just fell into place so smoothly. And I really appreciated that. That was
Awesome. Well, thanks for the kind words as well. Yeah, some people get nervous when you talk about, multi-level or upline and downline. And I understand that. I've had people say, hey, this looks like a pyramid thing, right?
Yes.
But what they don't understand is we just copied the Keller Williams payout model if you decide to help the company grow. You don't have to tell anyone at all. But what happens when you become an owner of the company, you sell your first house, you start getting stock on ownership, you have access to the group health insurance, all the coaching and training, you're just happy where you are. You feel obligated to tell a few of your friends who may not be so happy or might not have ownership. They could have been at a company for 10 years and be the top agent, helping that company grow. But when they stop selling, they stop making income.
That's it.
Right?
Stop making money.
There's nothing there. Yes. But when we copied the KW payout model, no one can ever think and say, well, Keller Williams is a pyramid or anything like that. They're a great company, just like a lot of the other big companies out there. But the big difference is we pay off the revenue share off the top. Mm-hmm. I had a friend that I talked to yesterday that was a pretty big producer at Keller Williams, great company. He did really well. He had a lot of people in his network below him that he was getting paid on. But when he saw this model, he just did the math. Yeah. And he came over. And since then, he's also built a good amount of team members underneath him. And he told me the other day, he did the math. and it's 23 times more income
Wow.
than the other model, because we're getting paid off the revenue share, and it
Right.
doesn't matter what the profit is after expenses. And
Exactly.
that's huge, right? That's a game changer.
That is.
But
That's major.
um, with the way the model's set up, I call everybody above me basically my senior business partners, and that's what they are. They've been in the company longer, and we're financially connected. That if my goal is to go from 10 deals to 20, or from 20 to 50, or build a team of 100, it doesn't matter. My senior business partners, they want to help me reach that goal, just like I want to help you reach
Yes.
your goal,
And I
whatever
love
that
it.
might be. And
Yes.
because when you win, we all win, and we're financially connected, and that's what makes a huge difference.
Yes.
And
And
because of,
it carries a lot of weight too, because when people do what they actually say they're going to do, like that carried a lot of weight with me as well. And so it makes it easier to go and talk to others about it. Like, look at this great opportunity, and these partners want to see their partners succeed, and they help. I'm really impressed by that culture.
awesome. Just a few other things. We'll kind of wrap things up. But if there was one takeaway that you want to make sure that anyone who's listening today, close friend of yours, or someone that you cared about, or maybe someone that you've done business with in the past, what would you want them to make sure they got out of this interview today?
Sure. Well, hopefully they are open to exploring the opportunity a little bit further. Maybe they're seeking a change for themselves, something for the better, something joining a company that can help them not only grow their business, but also make other streams of income for themselves. Because retirement is a very it's a reality for everybody eventually. So it's something to definitely think about. But yeah, I hope that someone is moved to look into the EXP model, even contacting me to join my team. Like I said, I have a lot of leads, seller leads, that I need to share. So that's what I'm hoping that someone will take away from this today and reach out. Give me a
All right,
call.
fantastic. What if someone is happy where they're at? You mentioned, hey, if they're thinking about making a move, and most people are happy, or comfortable where they're at. They're not looking to make a move. Before I called you, you probably weren't really looking.
Right.
What would you say to the people that are happy and content, and usually want happy to make more income, and start
Sure.
building a passive income? But what would you say to those people that are comfortable and not looking?
Well, I would say getting too comfortable with anything may be an issue, because what I find is if you're not constantly growing, moving forward, there's no such thing as being still. Like, you're either moving forward and growing or being left behind.
Mhm.
And so there is definitely a shift in the world, period. But in real estate sector, there's a shift as well to more digital. Everything's going digital. So this is kind of the time to get ahead of the curve on that shift, because this is the wave of the future, with the EXP world and things like that, um, that are available. So it's worth looking into, even if no obligation, no commitment necessary, but it's worth taking a look into it. You
Yeah, I
know,
just tell people, do the math. Just
that's
really,
it.
and you can't really do it by yourself, because until you're in the company, you don't know about all the ins and outs. You can read everything you
Yes,
can online, and you'll get a good portion of it. But you really got to get with somebody that's been with the company currently, and sit down and put pen to paper and do the math and add and subtract for all the differences from the stock, from the E&O savings, from the coaching
revenue
training. I
share.
mean, there's a
Yeah,
lot there. that most people just wouldn't know. So if people do the math,
Yeah, I
and
think they would come to the same conclusion that I did if they did
Mhm.
the math and see what all is offered. So,
One last question, Michelle. If you could join EXP all over again, what would you do differently?
I definitely probably would have joined it sooner, if I could change some things. That's probably what I would have done. Just joined a few years sooner.
A few years sooner. When I got plugged in a few years back, the stock was $8.15.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
Thank God I bought a bunch of it then, and I actually bought a bunch of it again
Did
just
you
this couple
keep
of days
it?
because it's dropped down. It's a stock market, goes up and goes down.
Right,
We keep an
right.
eye on it, and it dipped a little
Sure.
bit the other day, and we caught it at the right time and bought some more. But there's 5 ways that the company gives you stock in the company, and that's how most agents are just starting to build their retirement, basically, where they
Yeah.
can't get anywhere else. Well, I thank you so much, Michelle. Any last
Thank you for
things
having
that you want
me.
to mention before we jump off?
Oh no, I'm just looking forward to making 2022 a phenomenal year.
All right, fantastic. One, I always ask this question at the very end. If you're a reader, what's your best inspirational book that you love, or if you're a movie watcher, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie. It's so many good ones here. I really like that movie Don't Look Up. I don't know if y'all have seen that recently. It's a very recent movie. I think it's on Netflix,
All
I
right,
want to say.
I'll have to check it out. I haven't
Yeah.
heard about that one.
It's a movie with satire, but it has a strong message. It
All
really
right.
does. Yeah. So,
Awesome. Thanks for joining us today. Thanks for having an open mind when I reached out to listen and do your due diligence. And I'm super excited about helping you grow your business. And yeah, anyone that's out there in the Metro Atlanta area looking to start be on a team
yes.
or even start your own team within EXP, reach out to Michelle here. Her phone number's on the screen. And we're looking forward to the best 2022
Yes.
best year in real estate. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you
Thank
here
you,
next
Andre.
Wednesday at the Financial Freedom Forever podcast. And have a great day.
Have a great day.